What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's me, Trash Salsa, and today we're going to be recording a video with a fan that is not mine. That is true. This fan here is actually not mine. And you might think, well, I thought you already had a K-223. You are correct. I do. But this is not my K-223. This is actually my uncle's. Now, my uncle is not a fan collector. This is just inherited. I don't know if I ever told the story, but back in the 80s, these two fans were bought at the same time from my grandparents. Why is there a sock here? I do not know. Given this fact, these are basically the brother and sister fans, and this is, I guess, just my uncle's. And sadly, it is not mine. Maybe someday it'll make it into the collection, but not anytime soon. Sadly, but it is here. He let me have it for a week to maintenance it and clean it and whatever. So I just have it for a week, and we're just gonna let it rust. Hoping maybe I'll get some extended time with this, because this fan just needs to honestly take a break from the work it's been doing. Because this is like their only fan in the house, and they've been using this thing a lot. So this fan is a little overused than it should be. So I'm trying to persuade him in getting some cheap modern fans to do the dirty work, because this fan's doing literally everything. And when I got it to maintenance it, it was not running right at all. It was very locked up, and given the fact it was locked up, they were still like using it on high and stuff, and the motor was overheating. This thing probably would have died if I didn't get it, this week. So I actually got it Sunday, and I worked on it Sunday. I was going to record a video for that, but there wasn't really a lot to do. I really just had to wipe down the cabinet a little bit and just throw some oil in the motor, which did not even free it up. It took forever, and I don't even know if it's free now. It's been a few days. Yeah, it's still a little. I mean, it's a lot better, but like my K-223, like, that's just butter. No effort, and it just goes forever. So yeah. So the fan is just overused a little bit, I don't really agree with its usage at all. I think this should be like a bedroom fan, maybe an overnight fan on low, or put in your window every once in a while. But having it go around the house and, doing all those, basically every single chore that multiple fans would do, is kind of insane. I almost think of this fan as like, I don't know, like a person living alone. Like, a person living alone would work to have their place to live, but also have to do all the house chores at the same time. Like, it's almost like two different things you gotta do. And I think this fan is kind of in that situation. So hopefully I can persuade him into getting some modern fans, because I don't think anyone wants this fan to die. I mean, he doesn't seem to care if it dies. He's like, oh, if it dies, you can just have it. But it's like, yeah, but then if it dies, then that's great if I get it. But, it's not the original motor, and it's just, then I have to find a replacement, you know what I mean? And it's just, it won't feel the same anymore. So anyway, that was a lot. That was just kind of like a bit of a backstory. I don't know when this fan will be given off to him, but I don't know. It took me a long time to clean this, like, thoroughly. Like, it's really clean now. The grills were disgusting. So I'm almost kind of dreading to give it back, because it's going to get dirty again, and I'm going to have to clean it again. Anyway, so let's take a look at it. Here's the cabinet. It is blue. There's some paint scratches here. Actually, there's a ton of paint splatter here. I don't know why or where it came from. There's like 100 of these little things, and I just slowly scraped them off like that. It took me like, I don't know, I just spent like a good 30 minutes the other night doing it. Carefully scraping it so I'm not hurting the paint. And then, yeah. So we got the sparkly sticker. That's the other side. It looks pretty good, but the grills are slightly yellowed. Not as white as that. So, but yeah. Alright. You know, I should have sneezed like Jordan Yu. I should go, like that's what he does, but I didn't want to give you guys, like, a seizure. Anyway, the front grill is looking pretty good, besides the very slight yellowing. It's definitely not as bad as some other fans, like, the /M. Those grills are so yellow, they literally turned orange. But anyway, 3 slats are missing here. The screws were bad, too. I got them looking somewhat silver again. They were all, like, dirty and things. Here are the blades. The blades and the grills were taking into the shower, and I literally sat there in the shower doing this with body wash. All the way down. I was in there for I don't even know how long. That's why I'm dreading giving it back, because it's going to get dirty again. But the grills, it took a while, but it was worth it. There is not a speck left. Any specks like that are just stains. Or just damage from something else. But see, like, it's almost reflective in a way. Like the blades. And you can, like, see yourself in them. This is actually my 3rd time servicing this fan. The last 2 times, I think last time I did a lot of motor work, and then this time I was just mainly just cleaning it, because the grills, I think I just hosed them down, because I didn't care. But this time, I really took a step into cleaning it and making sure everything was okay. The oil, it was so locked up, I had to throw some Zoom spout in there and some 3-in-1 blue can. And after I threw in the 3-in-1, it looked like it was starting to clear up a little bit, because that is more penetrating oil than the Zoom spout. So whatever was in there that was stopping it, like gunk or whatever old oil, because these fans are oiled with like 40s oil, before whatever, like when my grandparents had them. So given that fact, this motor had never had a clean out, so there's probably just old oil in there gunking it up. So at some point, this motor needs to be taken apart and really worked on. But for the time being, it's okay. But probably this summer, I'd like to get that motor apart. I can't do it anytime soon, though, because it's winter. I'm not going to go outside in the winter. And before you laugh at me, yes, I have done that once, and guess what happened? I got sick because of the weather, because I was out there freezing. Anyway, the back grill is more yellowed, but you can't really tell on camera. It's very slight yellowed. There's the motor. It's got a Macmillan square stator. And, it's very dirty on the inside. I couldn't take the motor apart, so I just stuck my finger in there and tried to push the dust off the windings. And it kind of worked, actually. So maybe it'll cool off just a little bit better, but really I'm not doing anything. And, yeah, now you're probably thinking, well, how do you know which fan is which? Duh. Well, first of all, if you're that dumb, you can't tell that now you can see the grill is yellowed. Both grills are slightly more yellowed. Another difference is mine has a chip in the knob. This doesn't. And mine has all the weird, like, kind of stains in the front cabinet here. And trust me, I know which fan is mine. I would never mix up the two. Never. I know exactly which fan is mine. Alright, I know everyone's going to ask me, so I'm going to get the sticker photographed here. Or whatever you want to call it, videograph. I don't know what you would call that. It's the same thing as mine. The date code on this fan is, I don't know the letter, but it's August of 1981. Now my fan is May of 1980. So my fan is actually older by 1 year. So I guess that's like the older sister fan, I guess. I could try to see what the date code is. It's on the bottom of the motor. I think it's H. Yeah, it's H81. So H81. And H happens to be August of 1981. So still very old fan. Fairly, you know. And both of these fans were purchased in 1983. So that was a lot of talking. Really, I didn't really, you know, get too much done with that talking. But let's here's high. Bit of a slower startup. My fan goes right up to speed. This one took a minute. And they use this on high a lot, which I don't agree with. The airflow is good. Oh yeah, the motor is whining. You hear that? Something's rattling here. What I don't like is I'm hearing like a buzzing sound. It's coming from the switch. I think it's the plastic vibrating. It is. Because when I grab this, that buzzing stops, and then the grills are rattling. And that's rattling. The screw might be loose, maybe. We can fix that. Oh, that's tight. So I don't know. Here's back up to high. Did you hear that? When I switch it to high, this grill is like jerked. That's how much like power this thing has. Yeah, look at that spin down. I mean, it's okay, but yeah, I don't like to hear that this fan's being used, because no offense to this fan, like you're good, but like no other fans in my room here or in the basement have a weird problem like this. I mean, the P-223s have that weird like oil problem, but that's a different thing. This is just running slowly for no reason. I want to hear the startup sound or startup noises. Oh man, that stinks. That stinks a lot. Holy crap. It smells like mac and cheese. It started up just fine, but yeah. I almost feel kind of bad for this fan. Think about it, you're in this fan's shoes. You're not running right. I mean, you're running okay, better than bad. I mean, it was way worse when I got it. When I got it, high speed was like low on that. That's how bad it was. That's how I'm like, are you serious? Like they were using it like this? But yeah, that's just not running right. I don't know why. And the motor is smelling like mac and cheese. It's definitely not a good sign. So I'm gonna have to, that really just needs a motor clean out. I just can't do it right now because it's winter. I have to do that like outside because it's messy, and I was thinking about varnishing the motor as well, because the way that this fan's used, I mean, if it ends up buzzing and I'm not aware, it can die. So I'm gonna just throw some varnish on there just to be safe. And that cannot be done anywhere in the house because you can't breathe that crap in. So anyway, that is this fan. Again, it's not mine, but maybe someday it will be. When I was little, I always wanted to get it because I'm like, it was like this fan, and you know, it was just, I don't know. But you know, it's an important item to him as well, because that's like his, you know, what's it called? Heritage, I guess, item, I don't know. So I can get it, but you know, I would just think you'd take a little bit better notice into like, is that a paint scratch? What is that doing here? I think that's stuff I still have to get rid of, but someday. And what I'm not liking is that there's already water damage on the bottom from, I guess, something that happened. See, like, this isn't repairable. So, like, I don't like seeing this. Now, my fans don't really have that. Any of my fans that were rusted, I repainted them, but, like, my K-223 doesn't have that. Now, remember, these two fans used to live in this house. That fan actually used to be next door in that room, and then this fan used to be wherever. Because this was, like, the main house fan here. And then my grandparents must have gotten air conditioning at some point, so these fans were not really in use too much. They were just overnight fans, which is what this fan was. And my grandparents always used them on low, from what I was told. Now, there was another fan. There was this, and then the third one. There was 3 of these fans. The third one is dead. Because that was my mom's fan, and that one died. But my uncle's one, and then mine still stand. And out of the 3 of them, mine is the best running and conditioned one. And I just don't want anything happening to this, because this is like, I don't know, this is not really just, I mean, at this point, it's almost like a family item, you know what I mean? Because it belonged to 2 people at some point in the family, you know, and I'm taking care of it as well, so I've had, you know, some sort of experience with this. So, it's important to me as well as the other previous 2 owners that are related to me. So, anyway, that was a really long and kind of pointless video. If you just care about fan past history and story, that was this one, and see you guys in the next one.